Hi everyone, Atuluku Sunday here once again, and today we'll be working on Excel. And before we go further, I would want to recommend that you watch my previous videos, which talks about the introductory aspect of all what data analysis is all about. So now back to our topic, Excel for data analysis. And what we are doing today, I'll be showing us an introductory view of all what Excel is all about for those who have not seen Excel before now. So this is the user interface of what Excel looks like, and on the user interface we can see that we have home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formulas, data, review, view, help, and of course on my own here, power pivot. Now the home tab is basically for formatting, copying and pasting, formatting your text, the font you want to use, the font size, and colors if you want to make it bold, italics, and all that, and you want to make it small, big, does it reduce and increase the font size. Then under here, the alignment, we have how you can justify, you can align your text, either you want to justify it, align it to the right, center, middle, top, and all that. And on the number here, you can edit your numbers, you can format your numbers and all that. And on the styles, you can see that there is conditional formatting there. We'll be talking about that later. Yes, so conditional formatting can be used for a lot of things that you want to find out, and if you want to see relationship and all that. Yes, so and under the cells you have insert cell, delete cells, and format cells. Now each of these is called a cell. Each of these box you can see like this that has been highlighted here. Yes, we'll come to that very soon. It's called a cell. So if you want to do that, that is what you use. And under editing here, you can see you can sum and do all this here, and you can clear whatever formatting you've done, and also sort and filter and the rest of them there. Now under insert, whatever you wish to insert, be it a table, pivot table, pictures, a chart, whatever it is, you can insert it here. Even text and symbols, as you can see, yes, you can insert them under here. Then the page layout is just how you design your page. If you want to give it a page color, the orientation, whether it's portrait or landscape, the size, and also the print area, breaks and background, and all what you have here. Then the formulas, the formula tab contains all the formulas that you wish to use in Excel. Yes, and however, if you know the formula or the function you wish to use offhand, you can just go ahead and type it. And please remember, when you want to type, always start with an equal to sign. Yes, always start with this sign, equal to, when you want to start a formula or a function. Yes, that's that. And then under the tab, the data, sorry, let me go back. All right, so under the data tab, you can see get data. Now if you want to get data from different sources and merge them together, this is where you do that. And you can also clean in that. We'll get to that later on as we move along. Then here you can refresh, check your connections and all that, and the data types that you have. Then under sort and filter, you can sort your files or your data in either ascending or descending order. This is weighted, that is, it is either it is big or it is small, ascending or descending, 1 to 100, 100 to 1, A to Z, Z to A. Yes, that is what you use sort for. And filter is just categorizing the same or grouping the same data based on similar characteristics. Yes, or selected characteristics. And then you have text to column. If you wish to split a text into different columns, you want to remove duplicates and all that you have. And down here you have your data analysis and the rest that we have there. So we'll be coming down a little bit here, and here what we have here is called the name box. So for whatever time you are typing anything in each of these cells, now these boxes you are seeing here are all cells. So for whatever time you are typing anything in the cell, it usually show you the cell address here. This here is called the cell address, and the cell address is denoted by the column alphabet and the row number. So this alphabet you are seeing A, B, C, D, E to the end there is called columns, and this 1 2 3 to the end is called rows. So this here is called B1. Excuse me. So this is B1, and then this cell here is cell B1. So for whatever cell you go into, it would write out the cell address here for you. And in Excel, if you already have the basic background, whatever we do in Excel, we use the cell address here. So you write the cell address and it picks up whatever is in that cell. Then beside it here to the right hand side, you have what we call the formula bar. So like I did mention earlier on, whatever you wish to write that is a function, you always start with equal to and you write your formula. Yes, so you can see it is also reflected here. So you can also go here and write your function in the cell. So you can write it, but you see that it will always show up here. So this is a formula bar, and anytime you have an issue with any of your formula, you can just click on the cell, you go there and you see the formula. Then let's go down here. You can see it being written sheet 1 here. What this means is this is the first sheet. We have a lot of sheets here, as you can see, and each of these sheets you can rename them. You can do a lot of formatting on them. To rename them, you can either double click as I've done, and you can type whatever name you want, or you right click and you will see an option of all the various formatting tools that you can do: insert, delete, rename, move or copy, view code, protect the sheet, that is, you want to lock it so that no one can edit it. You can change the color of the sheet, yes, and you can see we have different sheets, so you can add as much as you want. So today we'll be going into text functions in Excel. That now, these are functions that I use often as a data analyst. There are a lot of them. However, not all would be used at every time or every instance. So the selected ones I'll be touching on are what I use frequently as a data analyst, and I'll be running through them one after the other. The first page here talks about the definition of all what these terms are. We have the CHAR, which I call CAR. Yes, I call it CAR, but it stands for character. Now you want to use a specific number to return a character. A special character are things like equal to, question mark, and all those things that you have here, a hyphen and all that. So trim removes leading, trailing, and excessive spaces from, or excess spaces from, the text. Exact returns the exact same thing. So I'll just start with it and I'll be explaining them as we go along. Now for the car, you can see down here, sorry, let me remove this. I've done this before, so let me remove it here. Now you can see down here that we have 62. The number ranges from 1 to 255. Yes, it ranges from 1 to 255. So for whatever you'll be doing, know that the number ranges from 1 to 255. So the syntax is this, or the function is equal to CHAR, open your bracket. Now when you are writing any syntax, please always make sure that you don't forget your open bracket. Then you write the number that you want and you close the bracket. Once you hit enter, you can see it gave us an open a forward arrow. And now if you want to look at this on all others, let's just do to here. You can see it's showing us question mark at capital A, capital B, capital C, small a, and that is all what you have till you get down here. So for whatever number you have, it will give you the corresponding character. Now let us go to trim. You can see what we have here, the trim. Now to the naked eye, I'll be citing an example here. To the naked eye, what I have here as Abuja would look the same with what I have here. Yes, to the naked eye, these two looks the same. However, in Excel, they are not the same. This second one here on cell D4 has an empty spaces after I wrote the Abuja. You can see where the cursor is right now and the blinker is. So it has empty spaces, and you can see that these empty spaces will account for characters when you want to clean. It will give you an issue. These two are not the same. So if you have this, all what you have to do, so let me remove that quickly. So now all what you have to do is to use the trim function. As you can see, this text has excess spaces. You can see spaces here, spaces here, spaces here, and also leading spaces here. And once you go to this, you can see where the spaces are to. So we'll just quickly trim them off using the equal to trim. Open your brackets, don't forget that. Now the text is the cell address of the text you want to trim, and you close your bracket, and you can now see that has been taken care of. And now what I'm doing is autofilling. Now for you to autofill, you go to the right hand bottom. You see this box, this square here. You go on it, your cursor changes to a black tick plus sign. You click on it and you drag down. Now that's one way to autofill. There is another way to do that, yes. So we'll go into the next one, which is exact. Now the exact shows us if these two texts here, text 1 and text 2, are exactly the same thing. Yes, this could arise if you are having issues of what we just did now, that there may be extra spaces and all that, and you want to confirm if these two are duplicate values. So for you to do that, you can write equal to exact, open your bracket, don't forget that, then text 1, comma, and text 2. Now once you run that, you close your bracket and you hit enter, you see these two are the same. However, let's take a look at this other two. Let me fill it up with this. You can see that it is showing us false because this is in proper tense. However, this is in upper case. Meanwhile, hello and bye, obviously they are not the same, so it will give us false. So that is what it is all about. Now to concatenate. Now we have the concat. This concat function is basically used to join two or more strings or text. Yes, you have text in different cells and you wish to join them into a single text, into a single sentence. You use the concat function. However, I'll be showing us two ways to do that quickly. So is equal to concat, then you open your bracket, don't forget that. Now they're asking you concat what, so I want to concat this whole text here. I close the bracket. Sorry, let me try this. So yeah, you can see it has joined them A, B, C, D, E. You see that. Now what if you'd want spaces in between them? For example, it's a sentence and you need spaces in between, so you can't do what I've just done. In that case, what you are going to be doing is this: you write equal to concat, open your bracket. Now the first cell I'll take is B4, comma. You put an inverted comma, space, inverted comma, comma. Then the second text, comma, inverted comma, double. You space, you give your double inverted comma, comma. Then let me stop here for the sake of time. So yeah, we end it like this. Now once you do this, you can see that we now have A space B space C. Similarly, inside of this inverted comma, this double inverted comma, we can also define whatever we want in it. For example, if I want hyphen, you can place an hyphen in between them, and then for this let me place a comma there. So you can see with that, you see I have A hyphen B comma C. Yes, this is what concat does for you. Then we have text join. Text join is similar to concat, however there is a little difference in them, and it is simple if you know how to use this. So the function, let's get over to it. Text join, you write it, open your bracket. Then the delimiter, like we said the other time, inverted comma, then space, close your inverted comma, then comma. Now they are now asking you, do you want to ignore empty cells or include empty cells? So had it been there were empty cells in this that we are doing, you could either want to include it or you ignore it. So for me, based on this, I'm going to ignore empty cells because there are no empty cells here. So yeah, I do true, then comma. Now they will now start asking for the cell address. So you can now write B4, comma, this, comma. So you keep going, comma, you keep going till you get to the end. Yes. Now what you are doing, you've already specified your delimiter, that space them, sorry about that, so that you should space them using a space delimiter. So it, once you run this, you can see it quickly gives you the whole sentence. This is a little bit different from the concat that we used earlier on. If you notice, the concat, we had to be defining the delimiter at every junction of the text we are joining. So that is all what you have on text join. Now let's go to lower. Now lower simply means convert the text to a lower case. So for example, the first case we have in B4 there is in upper case, so we'll be converting it to lower. You write equal to lower, open your bracket, and then you select the text. Once you select the text, you close your bracket and you hit the enter. Now once you hit enter and you autofill, now I told us there was one way of autofilling. This is the second way. You can just be here and double click on this small, it will this small rectangle, sorry, this small square here, it will autofill everything. So you can see right here, this has been autofilled, and you can see that it has converted this text to lower case. Now let us look at upper. Upper is just the opposite of lower. Yes, so what you do is equal to upper, open the bracket, and then you select the text and you close your bracket and you hit the enter. And now once you autofill also, you can see you have all these words here being in upper case. They are working based on this function here, based on this cell address here. Now the proper tense simply means convert the first text in a sentence to an upper case. So for example, what we have here is equal to proper, open your bracket, and then you hit this. You will notice that it is going to convert this into hello world with a capital letter H and a capital letter W. Now you can run that all through and you get the same thing all through. Now left is basically a function we use to cut out whatever you need. For example, you need a specific text from the sentence. You want to extract a specific text from the sentence from the left hand side. Yes, that is when you use the function left, and this function takes two arguments, that is the text and the number of text you want to cut out from. So let us run it quickly and see. You write equal to left and then open your bracket. The text is what I have here as a sentence, then comma is now asking you the number of characters, and from here you can see I already gave a number here, which is 3. So you can type the 3 in like this, or we work with the cell address, remember. Then you close your bracket. Once you do that, it's going to pick the first 3 text for you, the first 3 characters, and you can see what it picked out for us. So let me run it across the all others. So the same syntax, equal to left text, then that. So you can see that this is giving us John AD. If you count it, space, yes, what we call white space is a character, so it will pick a space out for you, and you can see what we have there. Similarly, right is doing the opposite of left. So left is going left, right is going right. So we have equal to right, open your bracket, and then you select the text, comma, then the number of characters you want, and you close your bracket. Once you do that, you see that it picks from the first the first 3 right characters that we have in the sentence, which is from E, F, G. Yes, so you can see that being displayed there. And from here, if we look at all others, you can see M Smith, E, F, G, and Smith. So this is what right is all about. Now mid. Supposing you don't want to pick the number from the left or the right, you want to pick the number from the middle. How do you do that? Now, in order to achieve this, what you do is this. You use the function mid, and this function starts with equal to mid, open your brackets, then the text you want, comma, and then where do you want to start from? Which number of the sentence, which character of the sentence you want to start from? So I want to start from the second, which is B, as you can see here. And how many numbers do I want to pick in the middle? I want to pick just 3. So you put comma and you select 3 and you close your bracket and you hit enter. You can see it picked B, C, and D for us. Yes, that is what it does. And if you scroll down also, you can see we picked from the 6th item, the 6th character, and we wanted 4 of them. So the 6th is starting from A and it's picked Adam here. So you can see that's written there. Now for this, len function is used to count the length of a text or the length of a sentence. Remember our earlier example that I used Abuja. So let's do that once again by the side. So I have Abuja with spaces at the front. Then I have Abuja without a space. Yes. Then I have spaces before Abuja. You can see. And like I told you, these first two are not the same. So let us confirm that using the len function. Len function counts the number of characters. So we're going to be writing equal to len, open your bracket, and then you select Abuja, you close your bracket. Once you run this, you see this is giving us 8. However, we can count that Abuja is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. Then let's run it down and see. You can see the second one is the correct value. This is giving us 8, this is giving us 5. Let me reduce this so that it doesn't be 8, 8. So this is going to give us 7 now. So I have 2 spaces and this I have 3 spaces. So yeah, that is what len function does for us. So let me go back to here and let's check this out. So we have equal to len, open your bracket, and then the next thing is to select the text and you close the text and you hit enter. Now you can see John is showing us it is 4, and let's see ab is going to show 3 because there's an empty space here. And white spaces, like I told us, are characters, so it will count them as part of your character. So this is what the len function does for us. Now let's look at the rep function. Now the rep function just means repetition. Yes, so we want to repeat this text in 5 places. This is what it means. So we're going to be using the rep function, which is equal to pt, and you open your bracket, then you select the text, comma, and then you select the number of times you want to repeat it. You'll notice that A will be duplicated in 5 places. So you can now see that. And once you do hello, you'll see that the hello will also be replicated or repeated in 3 places. You can see that hello, hello, hello. Yes, that is that about that. Now the final thing we'll just be looking at is this text function. This is very, very important, especially if you are working with phone numbers, addresses, date of birth, temperature calculation, and every other thing. Yes, it's going to be very, very important for you to know this function. Now let us look at the first that we have there. We want to convert this value here, this number. Someone wrote this down and just this was phone number that he or she was supposed to collect for you on the field, and he or she just wrote it down like this for you. You want to convert it into this format so that it can be easy for you to dial up the person or do whatever analysis you wish to do with that. So in order to achieve that, you're going to use the text function, which is equal to text, then you open your bracket, and then you select the number or the value you want, comma. And in this case, I've already written down the format here, but sometimes you may not have the format being written down like this, that you have to define it by yourself. So since I've written it down here, I'll be doing it straightforward, then I'll be defining it by myself so that you see what I mean. So I'll just select this and then close the bracket and hit run. You can see it has converted this phone number to this format for us. So let me do the other one by the side. So equal to text, open your bracket. Now this is the number, comma, you put your inverted comma, double quotation mark there. Now you're going to be typing out everything plus hash space, you open a bracket, then you put 3 hash inside the bracket, you close your bracket, then space 3 hash, then hyphen, then 4 1 2 3 4 hash. Then don't forget to close your double quotation mark, then you close your bracket. Now these two are the same. You see it gives us the same thing. So yes, you can define it by yourself. You can just simply click on this format here to get it. Now for all this is going to still follow the same thing, and you can see this gives us what we wanted in the format we wanted it. You can see for the money and this number, this is a temperature reading, and this percentage, you see that, oh sorry, we didn't this was supposed to go inside. So yes, you can format this in the way you want it. So yeah, there's an error there, so you can format it in the way you want it. So this is all what we have on text function in Excel. Now there are many text function in Excel depending on what you are doing. However, following this format, following what we have done, you should be able to, apply that knowledge to whatever text function, whatever function you meet going forward. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.